Here's a short tutorial on how to run KitCore in multi-channel mode. First we'll create an instrument track. Here we're using Logic, but the idea is basically work with a lot of the digital audio workstation software out there. And I'll create my instrument track because, again, KitCore is a VST AU RTAS virtual instrument. And now I'll insert KitCore in the track. And here in Logic I will be inserting the multi-channel version of KitCore because we want to use multiple outputs running from KitCore to multiple inputs in Logic so we can do the mixing and processing of individual sounds within Logic. So there's the KitCore user interface. I'll name my drum track. And now I'll add aux inputs to the mixer. So here I'll define however many auxiliaries I want to run into the Logic mixing engine from KitCore. So if I only want to run kick and snare separate, that would be 2 auxiliary channels going from KitCore into Logic. If I want to run more, as in this case, I'm going to set up 8 stereo inputs into Logic. And I'm using stereo because within DrumCore, all our samples are stereo 48 kilohertz 24-bit samples. So it sounds great in stereo. But you can use mono as well if you wish. So here I assign those auxiliary inputs to the outputs coming from KitCore. So that means the 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, all the way out. The outputs that are coming from KitCore's audio outputs to the auxiliary inputs of Logic's mix engine. So now I've got the 8 sets of stereo inputs. So now I choose which outputs I want a pad to use. So I choose a pad. In this case, I've got the snare. So if I click on any pad, I can route the output of that pad to one of those auxiliary inputs inside of Logic. So now I'll play a groove, and you can see in the mixer that the snare is coming through a different auxiliary input and is not coming through the main mix output. You can see the snare there. So now I'll assign my hi-hats to auxiliary 3. And there you have it. Got the snare going through one set of inputs and hi-hat through another set. And so now inside of Logic or your digital audio workstation host, each one of those drum voices, each one of those sounds can be processed via the plugins inside the host and mixed using the faders inside the host. So that's multi-channel output with KitCore.